The In-N-Out Slayer in the building. The Jim Alexander, the full panel's here. We were all at Raw tonight. It was raucous. It was crazy. We got wild cards. We got the New Day. We got the Kevin Owens show and the Partridge and the Pear Tree. Let's go.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
In-N-Out Slayer.
The level of disrespect Jim Alexander has shown Abigail Ratchford, I will not let him let this go.
Oh, man, I can't believe this. I can't believe it. Someone clip this. It's so messed up.
I just found out Jim was Polish.
What?
Yo, Jim, before I'm going to cut it to you, say something in Polish right now to prove my point.
Jak tam wszystkie moje fany z Polski, jestem twój Jim Alexander.
Oh!
I don't know what he said, but that's sexy as hell.
Hey! Chisel's jaw, coiffed, the Jim Alexander.
What's up?
What up, baby boy?
Hey, Abby Richford, what's up?
He said her name. He said her name wrong. Oh, hell no.
Well, you know what I mean. Hey, she needs to come out in the coffin.
That ain't happening now.
You know what? No, we're good.
Yo,
ain't happening now.
Yo, we got you. Yo, got my man. Into the far right, a man that would never, ever blow that opportunity with Abigail Radford, man. Listen.
I can't believe it.
DJ extraordinaire.
This guy.
The beard strong. He's looking healthy. Very Paul Bunyan.
Oh,
very,
yeah, cocoa butter, man.
Yeah,
That center in cocoa butter?
Yo, I said,
brings it in the patches, though. Center in.
Flobito.com.
Oh, yeah, well, .com. I say it every week. Yes, what's going on, everybody? On Raw After Show.
Wow.
It's real.
And next to him, this is my girl, man, the hardest working woman in show business. Listen, she don't sleep, man. I don't know how she do it. Man, she said you can sleep when you're dead.
Facts.
Listen, the Black Barbara Walters, the black chick from the Great White North. I don't know how that worked. TK Trinidad, what's up?
What's up, y'all? Dylan, if you hooked us up with the porn star, hook us up with another one, I'll take care of it.
Dylan, man, yo, Uncle Murph, what's good, baby boy?
Yeah.
The Murph's in the chat for once. Uncle Murph's in the
Uncle
chat.
Murph's in the chat?
Yeah!
Okay.
Murph.
Yo, in the chat, I did all the work, Jim. You got our damn name wrong.
Hey, listen, if she shows up here, we'll get it right.
Oh, my God.
We're taking some time. We're not rushing the situation.
Shots, Dylan, man.
For real. From the land down under, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Australia.
Dylan, hook it up with somebody else. I'll close the deal.
Dylan's already in the future right now. It's like Tuesday already.
Yeah. Because obviously,
Hey, we
the
can still make it work with Abby.
not doing it.
I believe in it.
Yo, we had a very interesting Raw, very raucous Raw, a couple wild cards getting invoked, man. We were all there in different capacities. My whole crew was there, man. I was in the back running around eating craft services, eating way too many chocolate chip cookies.
You broke in? Like, what the?
No. Yo, they let your boy be. I was a PA, bro. They let your boy in. They let me creep in, bro. Even though every time
took some leftovers.
Bro, real talk, yo, TK, put my business out there, yo. I took some of the craft services. They had to go boxes, man. So your boy, it was in the cut, man. And I was like, yo, there's a lot of chicken over here, man. Let me put some chicken in here.
Right.
Let me weasel my way out to security.
It's a long road from the stadium to the car,
they were just gonna throw out the food anyway, so somebody got it.
So we're gonna get into it, but I tried to bring a
plate.
couple things to y'all's attention, man. Of my first time behind the scenes in the flagship, man. I seen Eric Watts. Shout out to Eric Watts. He's doing his thing, man. He's at the table with the big dogs, man. He's on his way. Shout out to Eric Watts doing his thing, mover and shaker. Always good to see when the brothers doing their thing. One thing I've learned, so when I'm watching, I'm looking at all these moving parts backstage. I'm looking at all this thing. I'm looking at the guys handing out just wide to cash for just odds and ends. I'm looking at all this craft service. I'm looking at all these pieces, all these stage hands, all this lighting people, all these workers, all these catering services, all this, that, blah, 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 blah. So what I'm trying to say is, it's going to be real tough to put this company out of business, man.
Yeah.
When I see what they're doing for just one show, Raw, I'm telling you, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people there at 5:30 in the morning putting a show together. I just want everybody out there that wants to put this place out to pasture,
right,
to be careful and keeping with that theme. I read a quote from Batista, and Chris Van Vliet did an interview for his new movie he's doing, that Stuber movie, and he said, "How do you feel about legitimate competition?" For that WWE is finally legitimate competition. Batista goes, they're not legitimate competition. It can't claim to be until they start producing their own major star and reach the same production quality as WWE. He also pointed out how far ahead they are with various NXT camps around the world, which are developing 3 generations of talent already. So I just want to quickly get your thoughts on that, Jim, or literally on just what do you think about that?
Oh, I'm not surprised. I mean, look at the production value. You just go to any live show. You see the way they put up the lights, the pyro, I mean, that takes time. This is a professional construction and production every time they show up in any town. Look at the towns they travel around the country and they put on shows 365 days a year. That no sports league does that. Okay, so for them to be on the road constantly, they have their trucks, they have this is a major conglomerate. You know, like a major corporation that, like you said, there's tons and tons of people we never hear about or see that work backstage to make this happen on a nightly basis that we
I was
take for
highly
granted.
impressed, bro.
We take for granted. We don't even know what happens. We just see what's...
What say you? I was just watching like in awe, bro.
Yeah.
At the moving parts.
What WWE does, even as a live entertainment, compared to Cirque du Soleil, for example, there's a lot of moving parts there too. The problem I think that a lot of our fans have, we just take a lot of things for granted. A lot of promotions may have less to work with, but if they do something that's even a half or a fourth or a fifth of that, you say, oh my gosh, the production value is so great. The thing about the WWE is you can tell, I mean, even post-pyro, the whole the strusses, the set, the HD screens. I mean the lighting, the way they queue up their video package in between the break to keep the fans entertained between matches.
Machine.
Yeah, man, they're on
Seriously.
automatic for sure.
For sure.
First shout out to Josh Eldridge.
Yo!
He hooked myself, which included the team with tickets. So shout out to him from
Appreciate
WWE.
you. Appreciate
and
you.
also, I'm making this announcement now for tomorrow, for Wednesday, WPW. We got Bailey on the show because of Josh. So really shout out to them.
Where's my
Josh.
swoon button? I need my swoon button.
I know.
Seriously, I forgot that, bro. We was moving and shaking. I was hustling to get up here.
I know, right?
We didn't have any of our gimmicks.
Oh, my gavel's not even here, man. I got my belt, man. I got my gavel.
Yo, I'm so
And then also, I definitely agree with it because at the end of the day, it's perfection. Not only because a lot of the indie shows, they do it in the same location
Correct.
within Southern California or wherever else.
And taped mostly.
and taped mostly, maybe depending. WWE tapes it every week, Monday and Tuesday, in different locations every week. For how many years?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
So
absolutely-
and there hasn't been any like Janet Jackson moments. Well, not recently. Any anything where there's nip slips or penis falls or any of that stuff. So
Yeah.
they wear shorts.
Penis falls. All right.
Where
I think that's the first
Skip
time someone said
fall.
penis fall ever. But three other people just said it. So guys, it's really great that we're in LA. All my people, all y'all got to go see it today.
right.
Yeah, it was great.
Give me your overall thoughts, Jim, on the show, and you seen the live.
my
Please,
gosh.
and please try not to. Please
gosh.
try not to gush.
I'm looking at my phone right now. I'm looking the love I'm getting because I am
love.
willing
Dear
to
God.
announce. I proved what I say I would always say.
Oh my God.
I am the Baron Corbin's #1 and only friend and fan.
Dear God.
Okay, and I proved it. I was cheering my lungs out. I was a mark, like many.
Yeah, for real.
Only
Yeah,
once in your
I was-
life, apparently.
I was doing all these things to support my guy, and I think he noticed me finally. I was literally the only one standing
were
there.
the
I'm
only
so
one.
proud of myself and Baron Corbin. What a glorious night. Everything else just doesn't matter as much as that
gosh.
because Baron Corbin and I had that great connection with that LA crowd that we couldn't hear crickets sometimes, but you heard me.
and the
You
LA
heard
crowd
me.
was very compared to other shows, they were very like
Spoiled
LA.
brats.
yeah. Come late
it
to
was
leave
quieter
early.
than normal.
Yes. Yeah, it's hard to say. Well, first of all, at the Jim Alexander.
Yeah.
There's actually a clip of him cheering for Baron Corbin.
right.
Being
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
person.
Check that out.
in
It's
the
to go
arena.
viral.
It's to
It's
go
real.
viral. It was kind of taped off. It did seem to me. I've been to Staples Center a couple times. I mean, SummerSlams and even house shows. This one definitely felt like it was something to do. It didn't feel like it was like, oh, Monday Night Raw. It was like,
Yeah.
well, there's some tickets here. Let me go and
There's
see
even that
it.
many celebrities either. There's usually
No,
usually a
there-
lot of
I heard
celebrities.
Post
there is-
when I was in the back, they were name dropping a little bit, and like I love how nobody that literally higher ups didn't know who Post Malone is. I was like highlighting my day.
Okay, yeah.
I was so
Was he
excited.
there?
I was like, Lord, I love.
He was there.
Yeah, some of them
yes,
are
he
in the
was there.
back.
I just like
Yeah.
that. I just like that. The big higher ups didn't know who he was.
Right.
That warmed my heart.
Yeah.
They were like, who?
Yeah.
And they were like, should we give him ringside? They were like, I don't want to give him ringside.
Wow.
I
I
love
don't
that.
think you should have said that though.
I don't
I
think
want
I
to strike
should
that
have.
from the. Strike that from.
Not be catering
Rewind
anymore.
that.
He still
I didn't hear nothing. He didn't say nothing.
He still got his
There's
way,
just-
man. He still got it. They
Yeah.
still gave it to him. And I was
Was
like,
O'Shea Jackson?
O'Shea Jackson was there. He was in the
Oh, he
front. I
was,
saw
though.
that.
He
Yeah.
was, though.
But
That's
he's always there. He's actually a really big fan.
That's cool.
But
what
yeah.
you think about the show? You've been to a few wrestling shows.
Yeah, I've been to quite a few wrestling shows. Shout out to WWE and etc. for hooking me up with tickets. anyways, another
Hey,
story
what's up?
behind the scenes.
Good
However,
to see my hero.
I love to go with different types of people. Like, I love bringing people who've never been. And then, we have Flobo as we're walking. Shout out to Jim for driving me. But Flobo walking up with the belt. And
Holding
then
that
we
Ric
bump
Flair,
into,
man. Holding it. Ric Flair was dope.
They bump into another friend of mine, and his friend had a belt. I'm like, what is going on? And then we have Jim standing up, cheering on Baron Corbin, and it's just like and
Iconics, and Alex. Like, I was showing love. I was a Chicagoan. Okay, I show these people how you really cheer and you fan out. Okay?
It's cute. I like seeing it, and I was telling Flo, but it's just different for me. And I'm not to downplay you, Jim, but it's just different for me that I look at wrestling and when I go to these events as commentary versus actually enjoying it. Like the magic has kind of gone from it because I have seen behind the scenes. I know some of the wrestlers, and it's just like, okay, this is more commentary than the enjoying it because I know the behind of it. So, like, sometimes I wish I could be like Jim and shouting for Baron Corbin.
No one's do that.
Not necessarily Baron Corbin, but
yes.
But it is what it is.
Speaking of shouting, Jim, when you shout at these people, let them know how they can find all this AfterBuzz stuff and all of you, and that jacket.
Yeah, all of you out in the internet world, all of you in LA that have your lungs clear because you didn't cheer much. Thank you for joining us at the after show for Raw and tuning in. What? It's true. And all my Chicago people who we know cheer, and all of Poland, which I gave a shout out to. Check us out on the Raw after show. Click subscribe. We like those subscribers. We need fans from all over the world. This is where it comes. This is where Dylan sets things up with models and makes things happen because of our fans who interact with our chat. Yes! Yes!
No! DJ!
Yes! Thank you!
DJ!
This is how you interact with DJ Alexander. This is how you chant and comment to us. We read the comments. We provide the entertainment. You provide it back to us. If you're on iTunes, subscribe, comment more. We love you guys out there for those reasons.
I can't believe
Thank you.
it.
Where's my gavel?
I still need a girl.
Where's my gavel?
You were at the show.
Thank you. That what a shout
So
out.
listen, we got
Indie King right here. Indie
my
King.
we had a great match with the #1 contender for the United States Championship. Well, Ricochet getting the dub.
Shocking.
And I was actually taken aback by that. Flobo, start with you. What was your thoughts on the match?
Yeah.
And when you thought on the #1 contender and
Yeah.
Samoa Joe?
We're actually commentating. Jim and I were doing that during the match. It will make sense long term for the Miz to have gone over because it's a
agree
cool
with that.
character versus base. But it says to me, even though Ricochet is great, him getting the #1 contendership just reeks of desperation. It was like we needed a one marquee over the top match for Sunday. Ricochet has the moves for it, but he doesn't have much of a character. We don't really know why he's in that division. So where I would love the match on Sunday, it kind of made no sense from a story standpoint.
True. I mean, this is a one-off, right? So it's just like, let's short-term booking. Let's just worry about Sunday. Because storyline was they already planted Miz and Samoa Joe with the Miz Talk Show, Miz TV, and, there already was this feud. And this could have been a legitimate long-term feud. We were looking for feuds for Samoa Joe, right?
Yeah.
Evan, we were talking about what Samoa Joe needs a legitimate feud now. Miz could have been a good start to it.
Oh yeah, because he could
great.
Maria's, the kids, the baby on the way. There's so many places to poke.
Right.
But however, I think that if they do it right, and after, was it Showdowns? That's the pay-per-view that's coming
Stomping
out?
Ground.
Stomping Ground. After Stomping Ground, they could create a story from that if they do it right.
Right, for Ricochet.
For Ricochet. The only problem is that they need, like, Ricochet, it's like, if you don't follow him on Instagram because he's with the NXT chick, if you don't follow him on Instagram, like you don't, and he's actually really good at his posting, meaning that you just know he wrestles and you know he's in a relationship.
That's
like
true.
there's really nothing else. You
He's
don't know if he has
obsessed with
kids
him.
or
You
whatever.
don't need anything. Yeah, Casey Calazar.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like it's almost a good thing because it's a clean slate and you can create a storyline for him.
Right.
But it's almost a bad thing because it's a clean slate and there's nothing to talk about. So either way, if they do it right, he could come out with a storyline and then go against. So this can be a ongoing thing because Samoa Joe's so good on the mic.
Totally. And we saw how good he was tonight, right? He was during the match, he's short.
It was
like,
amazing.
was filthy.
It was amazing. But that's the thing, too. I mean, you have Miz moving over to Raw and loses to Shane not once, but twice, and then loses clean. clean to Ricochet during his match. Where does the Miz go? Can you buy into Miz now in 2019?
What, 3 losses in a row to Shane? He's on a long losing streak.
Shane, he hasn't won in a while, man. It's I don't know, man. It's hard for me to always talk about the Miz because what they're doing to him. Yeah, I know he has a hot reality show, and I know he's a family man, but damn it, he's still a wrestler now.
Yeah,
and he's a damn good one too. Like he's over.
He's coming to his own, brother.
Yeah.
He is a wrestler, but he also is a worker, and
absolutely.
I don't think WWE there's some people are on WWE's chopping block. The Miz is not, so it's almost like he can afford to lose for a little bit, and then he's going to come into the win eventually. However, for the win, Zeno Hour says, "What does Jim Alexander and Baron Corbin have in common? They're both overachieving jobbers."
Are you kidding me? I've not jobbed anything in my life. Baron Corbin and I are champions. If you look at us, we're stars, and everyone can see it. Not even.
Oh my gosh!
feel
I
it.
love the Raw chat. I love the Raw chat. You guys are interactive.
They're the best, man.
You about that life. I love it. It's absolutely. You guys are absolutely
Zeno,
amazing.
his hour is over. Okay.
Yo, shout out
Baron
to
Corbin and I are putting in the stuff.
Yo, shout out to Farmer Nick too. I don't get Farmer Nick any
Nick.
love when he's always on Twitter. He's always giving
that's
positive
right.
vibes. Shout out to Farmer Nick. Yo, Hugo from Portugal, what's going on, man? What's really, really good? Oh man, I gotta get this one shout out. Joey Mota, he was outside at like 6:30 in the morning.
Today? What?
Yes.
For what?
Waiting for like wrestlers to be respect.
Yeah,
Y'all respect, man.
Yeah.
6:30 in the morning. I got there at 6:45.
Yeah.
He beat me there.
I was going to bed around then. Man, that's
respect,
for real,
respect,
like 5
respect.
a.m.
What were you? Why were you?
I was watching my Chicago morning show with my favorite,
Oh, Boudoir, from Boudoir. So we,
How many things you got?
I don't know. Man.
Yo, we can listen. So
None of them are working right now. So.
we had Lacey Evans cut a nice promo against my girl, the man Becky Lynch, the man Becky Lynch, Jim's favorite chick.
Oh yeah.
TK, I'm gonna start with you. What you thought about this match, the promo, everything that's going on with this storyline?
The thing that's with this storyline, well, not this particular storyline, but Becky Lynch and Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. That's
Rollins.
Yeah.
I was
works.
like, I caught myself. Wait, it was all right. It's just they haven't been together. They haven't been together for that long, so I don't know why they're pushing it. I hope it does, work out. But it's one of those things where it's like, now it's gonna be documented, so I hope everything kind of works out with that. I'm actually feeling this Lacey Evans type thing. Like I didn't know if it would be able to last past WrestleMania and all that stuff, but now it's like I believe it because Lacey Evans is so good.
Sure.
And you almost forget that Charlotte's in the picture, in in the background a little bit.
Flobito.
Man, I like Lacey on the microphone. I like the whole, I'm a lady, and she mentioned she's a Marine. Great.
That was a good point tonight.
But the thing that rubs me the wrong way, and with Seth Rollins too, is that you have Becky basically giving her the back exploder through the ropes, which is a very heel-like move. And very kind of like unpredictable. So now we have the Universal Champion and the Raw Women's Champion doing things that are not necessarily things
out of
good.
the character.
Yeah, it seemed kind of weird to me. So it was like, yeah, she got to comeuppance, but in the most weirdest underhanded way. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence.
So over. I
know
I told you guys.
Oh, man.
What is listen to Becky Lynch's pop tonight, and there was none. It was silent out there. Would you agree that Lacey got a better pop than her when she came out?
Lacey did, but
Exactly. Becky Lynch, the momentum, it's ending, Becky. I'm telling you. You might need Seth Rollins to kind of prop things up and get you over in a way.
So
What? Yeah, she's not over anymore. The luster, she was red on fire.
there are very few people that
months
were
ago.
over in the LA.
They were funky tonight. Y'all
it was a very small
spoiled.
crowd though.
They
Top
did
level's
not
top
cheer
though.
for it. Was crickets. I cheered more for my boy Baron Corbin. I was louder than they were for Becky Lynch. Okay,
Spoiled
and
brats.
It's just too redundant with her. And here's the thing. Here's a little spoiler. The dark match after the Raw went off there, she wrestled Lacey. She went over clean in about 5 minutes over Lacey, which is not good. And
It was a dark match. Too.
yeah, I'm just saying. Still, it's like people are just lost interest because they threw out of the gate so fast, and in a sense, she worked her way up to it. But like her push was monumental. And now
Who, for Lacey?
For Becky.
No, for Becky. Yeah. And now
Becky worked for that.
That's it. She worked hard, but when she got over, she went all the way to the top, straight up from like mid-card level.
No,
Yes.
what are you talking
Yes.
about?
Uh-oh.
She came.
Oh,
You had
snap.
her for NXT, and she built up to that, and then she literally rolled back down to the hill, below
She was, like,
everybody,
underneath
everybody
the
else.
First
ground.
She
Women's
was
champion.
underneath the ground, and then you have her coming back, and you had her saying things on Twitter. You had her pushing for more of pushing for the women's division. Period, not just for herself.
Sure.
And
But
that's
she came up with Sasha, Charlotte,
yeah,
and
but
Bayley,
you're talking. This
right?
is her second go go round, meaning that she worked hard for it every single time.
And they didn't?
And yes, of course they did. But I'm saying it feels like you're saying that she doesn't deserve what she has right now. Like how that build came about wasn't a yesterday, like a overnight
that's
thing.
real talk.
Right.
She started with Twitter, and then it came on TV, and then she continued building it, and then she went against people, and then she built it where people wanted her to win because she was not the natural underdog to
now it's over. The balloon has been deflated. They popped the balloon, and they just don't care anymore.
Every empire falls. Like,
Daniel Bryan's still over 4 or 5 years after he got over initially, and they're still over tonight. Even the Yushin is a heel.
That's kind of different because he was like on borrowed time, and we're just happy to see him.
True, but she can't. The thing is, she can't sustain her red.
Nobody can though.
Red hot start.
I'm kind of in the middle here.
Who can sustain the red hot? For
Daniel Bryan has, Cena has for decades. Roman Reigns still gets over. Seth Rollins.
Roman Reigns still gets over.
Charlotte, we want to talk about someone she did.
Y'all fired up tonight. Get in there.
I'm like, I kind of see what you're saying, Jim, but I think the difference between Becky Lynch and why I'm kind of agreeing with you and I'm kind of agreeing with you, TK, is that
you can't sit on the fence. You have to decide.
You better decide, Flobo.
Becky Lynch put in the work and she deserved every single spot she has.
100%.
The problem with it was the storyline of WrestleMania where they totally mortgaged the entire women's division and then split them with the roster. So now she's on top, a spot she's earned, and has nowhere to go.
Right.
So you're feeding her Lacey Evans, and to her credit, thankfully Lacey Evans can carry.
Feeding Lacey Evans is over more so than
she
she
can
is.
carry the ball. But
if
they get a mistake, let's say they gave her a wrestler who wasn't quite that level yet, that would have hurt her run,
right.
which made all of her work in progress for naught.
Yeah, traditionally, you know how wrestling works. The heel gets the title, the babyface chases the title. The heel's always a more adequate person to hold the title because it gives the person, the hero to go to the mountaintop to beat them. And that's why I've always thought a heel like Lacey Evans should have the belt.
Definitely.
With that being said, doesn't mean that to be a Becky Lynch expense.
Right.
Sure.
Why not? She's got the title. Who else is going to drop a title?
That's also
Bayley
true.
just got hers.
So you got two babyfaces with the title.
So you want an intermittent
That's why
champion
somebody's
then?
taking the L. No, I just don't want. I don't think it has to be at Becky's expense.
Okay.
I think it will.
Here's
be,
the
though.
thing.
match.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
She's over enough where she can sustain without the title.
Yeah.
I'll say
give you
that.
that.
You know what I mean?
But I also-
she's not a megastar like they booked her to be.
Yeah,
but
but
she's over enough.
I
She's a
agree.
main event player. That's what
what's
she
your
is.
definition of megastar? You mean megastar meaning
megastar, we're talking
mainstream, or megastar meaning just within the WWE universe?
A little bit of both. I like we can look at Daniel Bryan. He's WWE version of a megastar,
Right.
But he is. Then you look at Cena. Obviously, he's
Yeah. Cena's a whole different thing. If you're looking
Roman Reigns, WWE megastar too. There's a difference between.
Right,
You can
but
be
I
both.
think Becky as far as the women's side,
This is good stuff.
she's a megastar.
This is good.
There's nobody else like her.
She was
What's your
booked like a
Good Morning?
megastar.
What's your
She
Good
was
Morning
booked as a
America?
megastar.
You're on
Yeah,
LA.
she
Yeah,
was.
she's a megastar.
She box office.
Unfortunately, if you are just a wrestling fan and you're a casual wrestler, you wouldn't know who Lacey Evans is.
Oh yeah, because she's
way
too
too
new and
new,
she
yeah.
hasn't been
Right.
featured
So
long
Becky
enough.
is a megastar. Period.
Yeah,
She was booked in the past year.
With
for
that
sure.
being said, though, you can't keep giving her matches, title matches, and have her take L's though. That will hurt Lacey Evans.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna give her a title,
That's what I mean.
if you're not gonna give her a title, keep
Right.
her away from that. Let her have good matches with other people, other rivals. You know, like I don't like somebody from the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan.
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But she can't just keep taking L's
Right.
and
Definitely not.
title
Month.
matches.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Definitely not.
their problem is why they're doing it is because she's good. She came ready to play.
Yeah,
Right?
sure.
So they're like, oh, boom, she's ready to play. We're going to put her out on the field.
Yeah, 100%.
However,
100%.
they don't want to take the time to develop the rest of the locker room, meaning, okay, well, this girl, she can do all this, but she's not great at the mic. Then have her do what she needs to do on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, have her learn that and have her, do the skills in the house shows, etc. But they're not doing that. So they're like, okay, well, she's ready to go. We're going to put her there. And they're going back and forth, and it's not leaving much for everybody else to do. It's like we saw Trinity and Natalia and Bayley
Backstage.
for all of
Yeah,
3
backstage.
minutes.
Jaw jacking. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's tough. Yeah, we're gonna put a pin in that. We'll come back to that if we make a little bit. If we have time to make quick predictions of Stomping Ground. The Viking Raiders beat the brakes off of Rusty and Randy Taylor. That match cost talk about 27 seconds. The Viking experience.
The worst kind of squash.
Gave him the business.
No, the worst kind of squash, man.
I felt, but told you my heart aches. I seen your boy. He's in Craven Services, all in his wrestling garb, and he was chilling in the
who's
cup.
this?
I was like, who is this fine fellow in good condition? I was like, I ain't know what was gonna befall him later on in the evening.
Right. Beat down?
He has a healthy, hearty appetite, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to talk to the talent. They were going to court-martial me. They were like, don't talk to the talent that I want. I just look at them from
anybody
afar.
try to talk to you?
I look at them from afar. Renee Sweet, she said, what's up?
Oh,
Shout out to the Canadian.
Canadian.
And that's why I wanted to tell you that. The Canadian, she walked in and said, good morning. I said, good morning.
Go Raptors!
Shout out to the Raptors, man. All y'all up there thought they wasn't going to win. And I looked at my crystal ball and I said they was going to win. And listen,
Enjoy it now because you're never going to see it again.
Yo, put a pin in that. We'll come back to that later. 2 out of 3 falls match. The New Day versus Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and yo boy, Baron Corbin.
Who's at the L in that match? Your boy's at the L in that match. I'm just saying.
The New Day.
That was just uncalled
The
for.
New Day
Rucks.
won. The New Day won, and he got that trouble in the paradise. He got the business from the champ. From the
You're
champ.
booking a guy that could
SOS.
easily win the title this Sunday, and you're giving him a clean loss.
Trouble
to
in
Kofi.
paradise.
Because you can't trust Kevin Owens. He's no one's friend, man. He's no one's
He's
friend.
nobody's friend.
We know that, but
And so-
I love that stable though of
That's a
Zayn
good stable. I
and
hope they
Kevin
keep it
Owens.
together. That is a good stable.
Yeah, pretty solid match. It's the good, wild card. It works whenever it works. It was good to see. It was a good wrestling match, I believe. Speaking of good tag matches, the Usos versus Anderson and Gallows. They had that promo backstage with AJ Styles.
Where have
like, you guys
Anderson
need to
and Gallows been?
Exactly. That's what
Crazy.
AJ. That's what AJ
Yeah.
Styles was
Got
like. He was like,
soft.
he's like, where have you guys been in Raw? Like, stop messing around.
Sounds exactly.
Let's do some stuff. Let's
Point Break.
Let's do some. Yeah, shout out to
Which
Point
is
Break.
good. Like, I mean, they were a former faction. They should bring them back together because
Absolutely.
they have natural chemistry. That makes sense.
The Usos get the dub. Talk to me about what the hell this was, and was it just the Usos having a good match, or what was going on? What say you, panel?
I mean, the Usos can put in that work. So no matter where you have them in, it makes sense. I still think they should, because we have Roman out there by himself. I mean, I think they should have kept them together and start creating a storyline for Roman and the family. And do something, because it's like the Usos don't have the belt anymore, and they're fine without the belt. They can go out. They can be without the belt for the rest of this year, and they're still gonna be good.
Yeah, they're over.
So
I agree.
this is the time where you have Roman with them, because Roman don't have nobody, but he does because they're family. So that makes sense. So no matter where you put the Usos, they're another long term where. I mean, I would be surprised if WWE is like, nah, y'all not part of us. Like,
that ain't
they're
never
going to be
happening.
part of the
That ain't
family.
never happening.
So, like, they can afford to take some losses. They can afford to take some wins. They can afford to try some things. And I think they should need to try with Roman Reigns and try to do this family faction and get
Why
Roman
not?
on top.
Yeah, the Usos are kind of in a lucky spot because they were in the few
Amazing spot.
Yeah,
but as far as characters are concerned, they're in the few spots where adults and kids can appreciate
Oh, yeah.
what the character what that stands
And they're
for.
fine as hell.
Okay, and they're trying to rely over for the roster.
I think they're
We saw TK. The only time, by the way, everyone TK popped tonight was when the Usos came. She's on her phone, like Baron Corbin, whatever.
Sending emails,
Usos person comes out. TK's like, "Yo, what's
popped
up?"
twice.
She's coming up. She's moving.
once for the
She did a
Usos.
boudoir out on Raw.
No, for real. Once
Yo,
for the
speaking
Usos
of the
and-
boudoir, man, just hit the boudoir, man. Hey.
Oh my gosh, here we go. Oh my god.
TK boudoir.
Got some new moves.
Hey, gyrate them hips.
Yo, Jim, what's the girl's name from In and Out again?
Yeah, what's your name?
Marina.
Shout out to Marina though.
Shout out to the real Marina, yeah.
That was good.
Somebody hit me up on Twitter. I'm gonna try to find her name, but
Who's in the boudoir?
I said to her, because she's like, "Oh, y'all at Raw? You're gonna be there?" I'm like, "We're gonna be there. I have a little special something
Mandy
for the
Rose?
boudoir." Her name was, dang it. Oh, here we go. Catch me on the run or the river. So she wanted to.
Oh, she's dope. Yeah.
Yeah. She wanted to know who's in the boudoir. So I think you'd like this, Jim.
what's
In
up?
the boudoir, because I don't really when this guy comes on, I don't really look at him, and he's been on for years. And then I saw him, and then they had him on the Jumbotron. I was like, oh, he kind of cute. Baron Corbin.
Oh, she did not
That's
just give
right.
Jim this power.
That's
Flobo is
right. Thank you.
I was like, oh, he kind of cute.
Flobo is he's a shit.
I think I pitched that into her head. I'm like, look at this man's stature and everything.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin?
Yes. No.
Yes.
DJ, no.
I was like, he got the bald head's working for him. Like now I'm
That's
appreciating
right. And the
all the
tattoo.
little things that he did a while ago. Now I'm like, oh, okay, like I got you, bro. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, this is a great boudoir.
Yo,
Oh my
Jay
gosh.
Will was good.
And then also, of course, we just talked about the Usos are in the boudoir as well.
And of course, we are going to go with Alexa Bliss with that
my
eyeshadow looking great.
And
then-
Bailey. Shout out to Bailey. She's in the boudoir for her.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. And Sarah Schreiber for doing great commentary.
What in the hell just happened?
And hosting outside during the commercial break.
Where's the Swift Kick? Can I get a Swift Kick sound
Very-
there? That's what I need for him.
I was
What?
telling you, Sarah Schreiber, wow, what a host. I'm like, what a great
No, she
talent.
has.
and,
Shout out to her. I remember when she did come up. She hasn't been maybe less than a year or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
she's
she's
coming
doing
up.
work.
So shout out to her for real.
and I
but no,
those girls, you know. And Mandy Rose tomorrow night. I'll be at SmackDown. What's up? I
Oh,
can't
will
wait.
you? How you getting there?
With you.
Hey, shout out. Hey, shout out to the.
How you gonna jack my boudoir and then come with me on my
I like
tickets?
it. I like that.
It's done.
That's a heel right there. Man.
Shout out to my girls game. You just like leave it.
So no, speaking of the Iconics, man, women's tag team championship match, the Iconics versus Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss in that very interesting friendship.
I like
question
Nikki's
mark.
music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her
it's dope.
entrance
Yeah, it's
is
cool.
Throwing a
really
little
good.
makeup on boot thing, she
Yeah.
looking cute, you know what I mean? But yeah, the Iconics get the dub.
They won a match. Whew. The
Iconics
champs won a match. Damn,
Right.
man.
So, the longest reigning
longest reigning women's tag
team.
We had a
champions.
debate about the Iconics, though. We did.
Yeah.
Like, I feel that Peyton Royce is the star. If they were to separate, like, Peyton Royce can get over on her
Yeah.
own, but not
I
Billie
don't
Kay.
know.
So-
Billie
I-
Kay. Ooh,
So
I
I
don't
think
know.
Peyton Royce just oozes charisma.
So here's
and just
my
like,
counterpoint.
stardom.
Here's my counterpoint.
I think
Yo,
you're just
chat.
biased.
Yo, chat, what say
I
you?
think you're biased.
In NXT, Peyton Royce was a single competitor, and she had her praise look now. But Billie Kay was the one with the finger clasping and all the iconic stuff.
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
all
saying.
The mic work.
All those little ideas,
all
yeah.
those things, and she can sell. Like she can, like on that Heath Slater level, she can sell. If you can sell everyone's moves, you
100%.
definitely have a future. there, WWE.
100%.
Really,
That's
I
my
think
thing.
Peyton Royce is a star in solo if they ever break up. But I'm all about Australia, so all the Australians,
course.
you know, it's all
Yeah,
good.
They fine there.
Yeah.
And shout out to Uncle Murph. He's also in the boudoir.
Murph!
You're upset that
Murph made the boudoir.
How could he? It's not your boudoir.
I've never seen Uncle Murph. I don't know if he's like 30 or 75 years old.
I want to recap.
Well, I mean, he's
He
black,
might, he
so
might
it could
look
be
like
it could be
Yeah.
anything.
he might be like Lars Sullivan, you know, like young and then look old.
Yo,
or vice
30 years
versa.
old, man.
we get another one of these Firefly Fun Houses. Old Bray
Oh, you
Wyatt.
got yes.
Bray
exactly.
Wyatt was gardening. He says our minds are like garden. They just need a little water and a little sunshine to make your ideas grow. Y'all know damn well I'm over this, but I'm gonna let y'all take it away. Go.
Oh, I loved it. I thought he was gonna come out. I really thought like this was the moment. Like
He
what
was
else
there.
can you do?
I will say that he was there.
He was okay.
I seen the back of his head.
Well, there you go. Does he have the clown mask thing?
He had
too?
the little dreads.
Oh, there you go.
And I was
That's
looking at the back of his head like, man,
He's
got-
a
I'm
new
like,
father. Happy
I was
Father's
looking
Day.
at him
Yeah,
like
right.
this in the back.
Well,
Like,
he's not a new father.
Boy, I was looking at him.
You know,
I had
father
this
again.
disgust on my face, Lobo. I know you appreciate it.
Yeah.
I was like, you with JoJo.
He needs to
Yeah,
come
I,
out.
do, I can't stand
That's-
that.
I can't stand it.
I know. I
That
know,
almost
but-
made me not mess
Yeah.
with him. That's how mad. That's
the locks
JoJo
in his hair?
JoJo so. Let me tell you how fine
locks.
JoJo is. JoJo's so fine that he was my top favorite wrestler in the business, and when I heard he was messing with her, he like dropped off my list.
Okay.
That's how fine JoJo
Oh,
is.
yeah,
JoJo's
yeah.
so
Man.
fine.
I saw last at San Diego.
And I watched the back of his head when he was wheeling his back. I was like,
She's like the Mandy Rose of.
he didn't do anything wrong to me, and I'm like,
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Man.
just
Yeah, but maybe
disgusted,
he's a
just
nice-
disgusted.
Maybe he's a nice guy.
No,
He's a
He's
good.
a
But
father.
if you're listening to what I'm
He's
saying, is I
father.
have no rhyme or reason. He
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
is a nice guy. I got nothing here.
I like his
JoJo
vibe.
loves him. She was posting a bunch of pictures of him.
Yeah,
yesterday,
so they have a happy relationship. These
Seems that
was
way,
really
yeah.
solid. But now I think after today's promo, I think it was like the grand finale of it. It's like the
Absolutely.
fireworks show,
Absolutely.
and this is like the final thing.
Coming, man.
It's been too many weeks, and now you
Stomping
gave us a
Ground,
little bit
maybe?
of every.
No?
No,
Stomping Ground?
you do it right after.
SummerSlam?
Yeah, you would
You
either
do it
do
right.
it.
No,
you would-
SummerSlam needs to have his first match.
Yeah, you would do it either right after. Why do you want to say Stomping Ground? Was it Stomping Ground?
Yes, you got
You
it.
would you do it right after Stomping Ground because it'll give you enough time to build up
On
to
Raw.
SummerSlam.
On Raw?
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
the night
Oh,
after.
so
you
Monday.
got-
Yeah,
Next
you would
Monday.
do that. You would do that the next couple. Because I think I had said this a couple weeks ago. It's like you want to do it where it gives enough time to lead up to SummerSlam, whatever the match is, and you want to build up whatever that match is, or you want to kind of segue from that and then have him do in promos in the ring and then go past SummerSlam.
But you have Extreme Rules in between that.
That's what I was thinking.
right.
So you got Extreme Rules.
Extreme
in between
Rules. What
that.
I was thinking about.
No,
Yeah, 'cause
you
it-
still
I still
have him
think he
tease
can go
and come out and do
because I like
vignettes.
his promos, even though they feel like okay, it's one too many weeks. He's so great on the mic that it's like okay, I can do a couple more weeks.
It's wearing me out, man. I'm wore out because
There's a
You're
been-
excited about it, aren't you? Or
No,
you lost
not
excitement?
anymore. Not anymore.
Oh, you lost excitement for him.
No, good. No, the reason why I've lost excitement because I need him to get dubs.
Okay.
I am so
Okay.
worried about them making the same mistake they made again. They had lightning in the bottle with this dude. He's one of the best. He's one of the best up and coming products they've ever had.
Sure.
And I know people might not think that,
Oh.
but I'm talking about from a mic perspective, from getting better in the ring, from
walking out?
His shtick when he was at his peak, I said this dude he's box office.
Oh, sure.
He is
still is.
box. So and I agree.
But
Somehow
you're just scared that they're going to mess it up potentially.
right.
I think that's what it
Possible.
is. You are
I
just
need
waiting.
him to go on an undefeated streak.
I see. No, we agree. He needs
Right.
to be. We talk about Brock Lesnar's booking. This is the kind of booking he needs, where he's completely untouchable.
Untouchable.
He's the Kofi Kingston that doesn't
Come on, don't you? But can Kofi Kingston, can he live?
without
man.
pancakes. See, he's got Rambling Rabbit by his side and all the cool characters.
So this is-
Abigail. Abigail. Cool.
I'd be the Lynch.
Hey, came back full circle.
Wow. So there's a
No,
rumor
we
that
don't-
there were 8 episodes that were listed on his Twitter. This would be episode 8. So I'm assuming something's going to happen, whether it's Stomping Grounds or next week. I would have him have his first match at Extreme Rules and have that fallout be at SummerSlam with a step. That's
With
what I
who,
would do.
though?
I don't know, because okay, based on strictly characters, it would make sense for Alistair to do it, because he's been begging for a fight for months.
That'd be nasty.
But I don't want someone to lose that one. I
Yeah,
feel like
then
someone
you're
takes.
putting over one guy.
Yeah, so that's kind of rough.
Ooh, that'd
So
be nasty.
I would
though.
give
What if
Alistair.
it starts a feud though?
If it gets on a few, that's cool. So I would
What about
keep.
No Way Jose? Is he still WWE?
Wow.
No
He
way.
was in the
No
WWE
way.
24/7 thing
No
today.
way.
He was in the arena.
He was back the other day.
Yeah,
I didn't-
he was in 24/7.
You know who you
running
start a
around.
feud with? You want to put him over? Randy Orton.
Mojo
Who will
Rawley,
put you
what?
over, and that's an old
yeah.
feud.
No,
Bring
Randy's
together-
gonna be with Alistair, man. That's about I want to see.
That'd be nasty.
That would be
Yeah.
good too. But that's a guy.
See,
if
we're
you want-
talking about it though.
Ricochet?
Legitimacy. No,
U.S. title division?
You're gonna
But
ruin
that
Ricochet.
will ruin-
then.
yeah, that will
It'll ruin
Ricochet.
Ricochet.
That will
He's
ruin
not
Ricochet.
ready for it. He needs to be established guy that's ready to put over. And who's better, more established than Randy Orton that's willing to put over? And they
like
have
the
history
Alistair
together.
Black one.
And the
I like
last time
that,
we saw
though.
Bray was with Randy Orton. That makes sense to me.
What about
Hell of a
Cena?
feud.
He's not full time.
He's doing
He's not
movies.
full. He's not full
And I know,
time, but
that's
he can come back and
this
do.
thing. That's why he's the GOAT, because he would put him over.
Yeah, he can
Okay.
come back and he's not full time, but he's not like The Rock where
He would take the L.
We don't
Yeah.
know when he's gonna see him. Cena's gonna come back sometime this year, and that would give Cena something to lead up to SummerSlam, and
he
then
would
disappear
take the
again.
L. I know it.
But
He
you
put
need
him
a
over.
you need a feud from now through
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam with the
SummerSlam.
culmination there.
God, I'm
so you need a few months.
They
I'm
got
like,
us
Cena's
excited
got
about it. That's all that really
Yeah,
matters,
but
man.
you could do it with Cena, even though they're not every week. So you would do the feud with Cena. Cena's good on the mic, whether he's in the country or not.
Go!
He did something in China.
Right.
So, like, I mean, he was in China and he recorded something and sent it back to WWE. So you can create something. They do it, while they're there. Then they continue doing, he's in the ring, Cena somewhere else, and then they build up. You can
But
definitely do
here's
that.
the thing: is he a face or a heel? He could be both. He could be both. He could be playing up
this
the
is-
face.
see, this is
he
the
could be
excitement, though.
both. We
This-
don't know. They have options here. They can turn it. They can start him out with as a face and then turn him heel right away, or mix them together. He could
Right.
be a great
So
combo heel face.
Bro,
Yeah,
you guys are all.
Oh, somebody said Daniel Bryan.
No.
Michael Blake said Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan's
No.
letting everyone go over.
But
him right now.
I'm tired. I'm
you
tired of
can't-
that.
you can't spoil that division.
There's too many wrestlers
Kofi.
on this roster that I don't need it at his expense, man. He is in his bag right now. He got a second chance at life. He got a second chance at wrestling. I need him to stay in his bag right now. I need him to
Oh,
stop
he's
taking
gonna drop
L.
the title at SummerSlam.
I have a question. It's kind of raw related.
Oh, we
but
got
not-
plenty of time.
Because I think Flobo said SmackDown's moving to Fridays.
Yeah,
yeah.
with the
What
Fox
the Fox
So
do?
do you think that SmackDown is gonna lose? Because remember at one point before they did the brand split, you had the main show, which is Raw, and then SmackDown was like, whatever.
Yeah, keep
and you know
going,
how
man.
they have the crossover. Do you think SmackDown is gonna drop in its ratings because they're moving to Friday, or do you think it's gonna?
I think it might be a turnover. Like when a new restaurant opens up. When a new restaurant opens up and people don't know about it yet until they get a few people getting the word of mouth spreading around.
Right.
It's a bold move. They got their money up front. It will work. It will take some people to adjust. I like the whole thing. The reason why football is so popular is not just because of the game. It's the once a week thing.
Right.
It builds. There's a reason why there's other games that are dropping off because they got a Saturday game and they got a Monday game and they got a Thursday game and they got so what happens is when you build up the anticipation, so then it'll be Monday Night Raw and then you have to wait all the way to Friday.
And Friday night's an open TV night.
Yeah, you see it.
They
They
could own
that
that.
when we were growing up, TGIF, shout out to TGIF. You know what I mean? That lineup was cold. Step by step, Family Matters.
We gotta rank them with the best lineup was. That's what it was.
I ain't going out on Friday nights. I'm watching SmackDown.
No, see what I'm saying. So I think eventually it'll pick up steam. But you're right. You're like, yo, I need some wrestling.
Yeah.
To the casual viewer that's not watching NXT.
Sure.
You're like, yo, I need SmackDown, man.
Right.
Boom, Friday, you get to anticipation.
And you can also watch it do catch up on the weekend.
Correct.
So it's
Right.
like you have Raw where you can catch up during the week, and then
SmackDown.
Now SmackDown you have Saturday, Sunday catch up, and then I have.
Exactly. Save it for Sunday.
Yeah.
And I do Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
So I like the move, man. We got to the main event. Seth Rollins for Daniel Bryan with Eric Rowan. Rollins wins via disqualification. He's just going ham and eggs with his chair. This boy got a permanent chair. He probably sleeps with a chair. Becky Lynch, he probably make Becky Lynch just sit in the chair wherever they go. He been clubbing people with this chair, been beating the brakes off people with this chair. I'm so
you
tired.
make Becky Lynch sit
in
on
that
the chair,
man. Listen, I'm the man. I'm the man. And she's like, yo, hold on, yo, chill, bro. Yo, chill, bro. Yo, let's. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm not gonna have you besmirch the last kicker's name like this. So I figured we would end like this. You have to protect both superstars. You don't have to, but that's what they do typically. Dan Bryan, to me, one of the greatest wrestlers who've ever lived, living or dead, on the universe or every planet you want to go on, solar system. I don't care, Milky Way, galaxy. It don't matter. I think he's that great. I don't ever want to see him lose ever.
He hasn't won. When was the last time he's won?
I know. I get emotional.
He's over.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Putting guys over. He over puts them over.
The equal title thing is one of the greatest things they have ever done in history. Shout out to Daniel Bryan for coming out. That is one of the greatest. That's what made it so great. That's what made it so great. And shame on you, WWE shop, for selling that exactly the same price as this belt right here. I once thought that belt should have been $60. When I went on that damn site and seen that burlap sack for $2.99, I was tight.
This is $2.99 too.
This is $2.99. But the run
that thing was like $3. It was like $3. I was like, you hear that?
Wow. The Eco one was $3.49.
Did you $3.49? $3.49.
The 24/7 tile is $3.49 also.
See, we're getting off topic. I'm about to get tight.
I did like the R-Truth thing where they're running for. I did like that. I don't know if it made it television, but
no, it was there. I liked that they were in costume.
Yeah.
It was cool. I was in the back when they were setting that up. We were running to get stuff for them. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, and R-Truth is a worker. He's another one that's not going anywhere. He's been with WWE
and I like
forever.
that. I like that.
He's like, all right, I don't work 3-4 months out of the year. Let me do this running around with the belt. Bet I'm good.
I know. I like it too.
Sure, for sure.
So it was a pretty solid match. You know what you're getting out of these guys. I don't. We have about 3 minutes left, y'all. So. I didn't want to waste any more time on a DQ match, but I did want to get quickly in the stomping ground and just.
Oh, you didn't see Baron Corbin stomp.
No, you see how I was doing that. You see the gloss over. You see the gloss over, right?
When I marked out and popped the
Flobo,
biggest
I
pop
tried
of
so
the
hard.
How many times
I
did you do it on one episode,
I
man?
tried so hard.
I appreciate that.
He came out with that steel chair and took out Seth Rollins.
Damn it.
What a glorious moment. I mean, there was just silence in there, and I was
there was silence. Everything Baron Corbin does is silence.
People were shocked how Baron Corbin.
Did you hear how he just said there was silence?
Yeah, no one cared. There was no booze.
They were booing me, actually. I was getting booed.
You get more heat than Baron Corbin.
You get booed at your own house, man. Like,
Listen, this is what I was supporting my
not after with the woman.
What? Abigail Ratchford, okay?
Oh, we got it, yo. First of all, Jim's a lady killer, man.
That's what I've been hearing.
Jim's a lady killer, man.
Slayer.
I'm gonna leave it at that. But
I'm
Jim,
the Randy Orton of dating. Okay.
Yeah,
it's all in your head.
Yo, because I listen when I'm in the proverbial catbird seat. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. When I'm in the catbird seat, listen, I like to go off the rails, man. I don't give a damn. Listen, I'm going off the rails right now. Listen, y'all in the chat, I'll be making them little pukey faces when my man be getting up and gyrating and twerking. I don't care what all y'all be doing. Like, Jim be getting it in, man. He is a lady killer. Women like Jim. What do you think about that, chat? No, you my man, so it's all good. Exactly. But I just want everybody to chat. No, word on the street is Jim's a lady killer. Man.
Shout out to Barry Mack.
I can't confirm or deny those rumors, but I'll confirm.
Shout out to Uncle Murph.
Murph.
Cocoa butter. Go to centurycompany.com.
Hey, Yo, Pena, what's good?
Predictions for.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with you. Give me just kind of like the important. Give me Samoa Joe, Ricochet. What do you think's winning that?
Samoa Joe. He's gonna go go over and start his
What
own.
Joe has to go over.
What about you, TK?
Yeah. Joe has to go over unless they figure out something to do with Ricochet as far as character wise.
Give me Seth Rollins versus yo boy Baron Corbin.
Is that even a question? My boy's going over, and he has to. I'm
very
telling
well
you,
might.
I think Lesnar's going to be the special guest referee. I really think Lesnar's going to be.
If he doesn't, Baron will win the title.
Yeah, and then Lesnar's going to cash in on him. So I said, 1 minute of glory. I'll be talking about it for
You're
next
right,
year.
they can never
Damn,
take that away.
that's plausible as damn.
It's so plausible.
I was gonna say Rollins, but no, that can't happen, man.
Yeah,
so
so
I
he-
would snap Thanos real quick. If I
So
happen.
what do you?
I want Seth to win. I'm gonna say he's gonna go over.
What about you, TK?
Question. You're thinking about his.
I know,
the
right?
good
I
one.
know.
I mean, either
know.
way, the thing is, if he doesn't win, he still has stuff to do. He's that annoying. So either way,
good.
it'll work. Which is a good characteristic, because remember, before he became assistant general manager, whatever he was, like, he was that guy who had potential. He looks all this stuff, and he just was not making it. People didn't like him. Then he got this, Stephanie McMahon lapdog position, and that essentially put him over. People love to hate him.
They like Baron,
That's the best,
man.
that's the best place to be for
At the
him.
end of the day, all jokes aside, the company likes him.
Sure.
Definitely.
The company rocks with him.
Oh, yeah,
If
'cause
He
he
wouldn't be
could've
in a
got fired
world title
before
match
that.
if they didn't.
Period.
Yeah, he could've got fired before. He wasn't doing nothing.
Despite everybody, all the unwashed matches out there, the company rocks, man. The company rocks,
Yeah.
man. I much to my chagrin, but they rock with
Nah,
him.
you can't
And I
deny
said, I
that.
seen him
Can't
today.
deny
I seen him
that.
today in person. He bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
The boy big, man.
That's why he's in the
Talking
Boudoir.
right.
Your boy swolled up. He walked by. I was like, oh, this boy got swole.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
put full disclosure.
That slimming black shirt is what happens.
Man,
Probably.
boy,
Yes,
I
I told you,
Boy got
this
swole.
man could work in an office job. He can kick ass in a wrestling ring. And
Oh, hold on, man. Hold on.
He can do it all.
Hold on, man. So who's Becky Lynch or Lacey Evans? Who you got?
Lacey
Becky.
has to go over. She has to win
Win the
Queen.
title, huh?
Yes, she has to go
That
over.
is
If
crazy.
she
I mean,
loses,
this would be time
it's
for
Drew
Becky to take
McIntyre
vacation.
all over again.
I agree.
Yeah,
She can't keep losing title matches.
No.
Becky has to win this one because I don't think that Lacey's gonna win this one. Becky has to win.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is time for Becky to go on vacation, then this would be the best time for her to drop the belt.
Definitely.
When will she ever get it back is the question. That's the question.
Well, it seems like WWE likes her enough where, again, all empires fall.
They do.
And she's figured it out twice how to reinvent herself. So she has a knack for it. So she
Yeah,
can
might be
reinvent
that
herself
time.
again. And it might be that time where some other folks, once they get it, or even they actually never get to that part where they can reinvent themselves or invent themselves for the crowd to like them.
Yeah.
So she's in a good position.
I agree. So we got Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Why? I don't know. But who wins that match?
Should be Drew, but it won't. We know it won't.
You know
be.
where I want. You know
He
where
just
I want.
tonight he goes through a table. It's just like every time you're like, ooh, he's like that. I can't. Drew's
I
gotta
know,
win
bro.
when he
I
won't.
know.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Drew wins and establishes Shane's heel stable with the
I
Revival.
hope- I hope so, bro.
Revival gets
Me too.
involved and then
Yeah, it's so the Drew gets it. Then
Finally.
with Roman Reigns, this is where you bring in the Usos because the Usos not doing nothing.
So hopefully Drew. So now we got Kofi and Zig, and we'll wrap it up right after that.
Kofi.
Zig, man, it's his time. Like, why are you bringing him out with this new character and this thing to lose again? Unless he's
But that's
leaving.
his contract.
He's taking the L.
This is Zig's time. I'm telling you, if
No.
ever, he's never been this close to a championship. Kofi's had his run, but he'll probably
No.
win.
Zig's taking
and I'll
the L.
be just
Not
like
Kofi,
a
Kofi's
pancake
going over.
thrower
Kofi's
over.
going
Yeah,
over.
he's getting paid a lot to not
Take the
do
L.
much.
And like I told you, it's not. I'm not saying he's not gonna win, but I can't say he's gonna win because he never wins.
Yeah.
Y'all have
Yeah,
conditioned
that's
me.
true.
Y'all have
Yeah.
brainwashed me to think Ziggler will never win a big match. That ain't my fault. That's y'all fault.
yeah.
Yep.
You unwashed masses.
The
All your fault.
unwashed mess and the wash too. This
And the
wash
wash
is up.
messes.
Yo, we gonna wrap it up, man, before we get out of here because I'm telling you right now. Listen, they pay to keep these lights on, man. When they say let's wrap, we gotta wrap.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
They about to kick in this door. I'm like, yo, bro, get off the sticks. Listen, Jim, tell other people where they can find you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Abigail Ratchford. She fine.
Abigail
She fine as
Ratchford,
hell, man.
you know where to hit me up at
my
DJ
God.
You know
Alexander.
she
I'm
fine. My
ready,
wife was
I'm
like, yo, Mac.
available. You know, just make it happen. So at DJ Alexander, realtalker.com, RELtalker.com. Baron Corbin #1 and hey, still in and out girl. You know what's up? I'm gonna get some food after the show. So.
The In and Out Slayer on Twitter
is
at
that?
Flobo
like it.
Boys, on Instagram at Flobito and Flobito.com.
Yes.
I say this every week.
Stop the press.
It's a real site.
Stop the press.
You can follow me everything at TK Trinidad. You can go to TKTrinidad.com. You can also get some
holla
cocoa
your
butter
girl.
at centerincompany.com.
Holla.
There's some sales and discounts. Just hit out AfterBuzz TV. There's a discount for y'all.
Yo, I need some cocoa butter for real,
And
man.
shout out to Drake.
Drizzy, what up,
Why?
baby boy? I call him Aubrey. Look, yo, what up, Aubrey?
I call everybody their real name.
Yeah, real talk, yo. Ain't my fault your name Aubrey. Yo, Evan T Mac, Instagram man, Twitter, yo, Unc Murph. What's really good, baby
Shout
boy?
out.
What's up, brother?
We gonna see y'all at NXT. Maybe Flo Bill will be there. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll gracious with his presence. Maybe he'll come up with a new website no one's ever heard
Might
of.
be.
Yeah.
I'll see.
Shout out to Dylan.
It's the same website.
I'll see y'all next week, yo.
Ciao.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its own.